Ever wonder what remote work is really bringing into your small business? Well, besides flexibility and maybe a few more pets in your Zoom calls. Entrepreneurs, I'm Vicky Brown, and you're in the right place if you want to engage your team, boost your business, and grow your leadership muscle. All right, let's get honest. Working remotely wasn't just a pandemic pit stop. You see, for most of us, it's become the new normal. But the problem is, no one handed us a rule book for managing the risks. And as a business owner, you're the last line of defense. So it's time to pay attention to that mess that's been hiding in the margins before it becomes your next emergency. Now, no one wants to think about confidential business information leaking out of their living room. But let me be clear, the moment your team goes remote, every home becomes an extension of your office, and that means every risk comes with it. And I know what it's like. Your team is hopping on calls from the kitchen, negotiating deals from the backyard, or stopping by the local cafe for a little change of scenery. Here's what isn't changing: client privacy, business secrets, and the need to keep your special sauce in-house. You see, little things start slipping through the cracks. Maybe a neighbor overhears a conversation while passing by. Maybe your smart speaker is always listening. Don't even get me started on Alexa's memory. Or that contract your employee left open on the family laptop? Well, there you go. These aren't high-drama betrayals. They're tiny, unconscious missteps, but they can cost you everything you're working for. So, what do? Well, talk about it, and talk about it frequently. Not with a lecture or a 10-page memo, but in plain, direct language. Something like, hey, remember client details aren't for background noise, even if you're just making coffee. Because you see, if you keep it top of mind, your team will keep it top of mind too. All right, let's be real. Most people don't know if their Wi-Fi password is password 123 or something they made up in 2018. And their home internet, well, that router probably hasn't been updated in years. What about personal devices? Usually they're shared or multi-purpose, maybe even used by a teenager with questionable download habits. Because you see, back in the office, you had security, you had firewalls, and someone down the hall to fix things. But at home, your team might be working on an unsecured network without a single update since the day they signed up for internet service. I always say, it isn't about shaming or overcomplicating things. Just give people clear, simple actions. Strong passwords, show them how to make one. Multi-factor authentication. If your application offers it, turn it on. And please, for goodness sake, don't let anyone send confidential files over public Wi-Fi. Just break it down for them, make it easy, make it repeatable, and follow up, because the stakes for small businesses are just that high. You see, on the surface, they're a dream. Endless efficiency, reminders, even virtual assistants taking notes on every call. But these applications love to hold on to your data. I see it time and again. An employee tries a cool AI meeting tool just to see if it works. But suddenly, your pitch deck, client list, and a year's worth of strategy are living who knows where, often outside the US and outside your control. Now, I don't want to be the tech police, but you have to take a stand. Decide what tools are in bounds and what's out and why. Share that with your team over and over. Make training quick and understandable and encourage questions. Believe me, just 2 minutes of clarity can save you 2 months of headache when something slips through the cracks. Oh, I get it. There's no extra room. The apartment's loud. Every inch is spoken for. But when your kitchen table turns into your boardroom, well, that's when the boundaries blur, and so do privacy standards. All of a sudden, your spouse walks by on a client call. Your roommate sees your invoices, or you're balancing receipts on a pile of cereal boxes. I always tell my team, create a workspace, however humble. It might be a corner, a screen for privacy, a locked drawer for sensitive files. Talk about it openly with your team. Find a spot where work can live and personal life can wait its turn. If you're leading a team, make sure you normalize it. Make sure everyone knows how to protect sensitive discussions, even if their office is a few feet from the fridge. Because what starts off as a one-off leak can end up as a full-blown breach. All right, let's be real. Most disasters don't come from hackers. They come from humans. Someone shares their screen without checking what's open. Someone attaches the wrong file in a hurry. Someone's kid hops onto a work laptop and emails your annual report to grandma. I've learned that regular bite-sized reminders will beat scary one-off lectures every time. So sprinkle in security tips at meetings. Send out quick checklists. Give kudos for asking the quote-unquote dumb questions, because none of them are dumb. When you create a culture of asking first, fixing second, and never assuming, you build a more resilient business. People will flag issues before they turn into problems, and that's everything for small companies. So, where does this leave you? Well, if you think, oh my goodness, this sounds overwhelming, trust me, it is all manageable. You don't have to be a tech wizard, a compliance guru, or an HR superhero. You just have to start with intention. So make privacy a habit, not a last-minute scramble. Simplify security and check for gaps. Set the rules for what tools are safe and make sure your team knows why they matter. Help people carve out workspaces, even if that just means a closed laptop when not in use rule. And above all, lead with empathy, because mistakes happen, but awareness and support can turn them into lessons, not disasters. See, remote work is only getting more common, and as business owners, we're building this playbook as we go. You have a real opportunity here. Protect what matters, support your team, and show your clients that you're not just keeping up, you're leading the way. And if you ever need a friendly guide to walk you through compliance or just sanity a little more clearly, you know where to find me. And remember, your inspired leadership is the secret sauce to having a high-performance team and a wildly successful business you'll love. I'll see you next time on Leader's Journey.